Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be a very special 2 for the price of 1 video. Wait, that's 2 videos that are both free. It's kind of like multiplying by 0, I guess. My hero Zero, anyone else grow up with Schoolhouse Rock? Oh my gosh, I know them all. So in a video a while back, I introduced to you the Summer Fridays Shade Drops Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Sunscreen. I have continued to use this, and in today's video, I will give you my longer term thoughts on this. And while I bought that one, I actually recently received this brand new release in PR. This is the Summer Fridays Sheer Skin Tint in the shade 01. And I thought, why not throw these two together in one video? We can apply this and then we can apply this and talk about them. As always, there are timestamps and links in the description box below. If you are interested in only one of these products, feel free to jump to that timestamp. But otherwise, let's go ahead and get to applying this. I am so excited to share this with you because, as I've already mentioned in the past, this right here, this sunscreen reminds me the most of one other sunscreen in my collection that is almost double the price of this, and that is the Tatcha Silk Sunscreen. And you will understand why I say that once you see me apply this one. So I'm gonna do the 2-finger method with this sunscreen, 1 finger at a time. Let's start with finger 1 for our application here. This has a very similar texture to the Tatcha. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put up a video of applying the Tatcha next to me applying this one so you can see just how nicely they both apply. I mean, both are still expensive. This still isn't, you know, a $5 dupe. That's the stuff dreams are made of. No. Free sunscreen. That's the stuff dreams are made of. Okay, I'm already done with the first layer. This one is extremely fast to apply. Let's get to applying the second layer, and I'll make sure I get my eyes this time. I just have gotten used to my system. I'm like, if I don't remember my eyes on the first pass, we'll just get them the second time. Total side note for you all, I'm not actually wearing mascara. Hold on. Let me show you. This is the Kiss Mascara kit that I bought on the Ulta 10X Points Day. I will be doing that haul this week on this channel. We'll talk about what I bought and also what I plan to do with all those points. And that's it. We're done with the application. It is so fast, especially for a mineral sunscreen. But I will point out one thing. Given that it is a faster application, it's almost as if it dries down faster, which I think does mean that if you have the driest skin type, you may notice this feels a little more dry on your skin than the Tatcha. You know, nothing is ever a one-to-one dupe. This is definitely something different that I did notice with it. But overall, I am absolutely blown away. Let's take a look at the ingredients together here. So this contains zinc oxide, 9.4%. This is such a short ingredients list for a sunscreen. I really am amazed by that aspect of it. Now, they are saying that it contains some argan oil, some squalane. To be honest with you, I think that maybe it would be helpful if they had some more humectant-rich ingredients in this to make it feel a little bit less drying. Again, though, it's going to work great for a lot of people. I'm also fascinated by the fact that this doesn't contain ingredients like iron oxides or other natural minerals that make a bit of a tint, because as you saw, it does have a tint. It's not a strictly white sunscreen, right? Most mineral sunscreens are a chalky white color. This one is kind of this almost yellowish color. When you look at the ingredients, the only ingredient that could add a color to your formula is caramel. Yeah, no added fragrance. It really doesn't have any kind of a smell. Let's have a look at my rating system next. So again, this is an SPF of 30 sunscreen. I know that's not enough for everybody, but if you are primarily an indoor cat like I am, it may be a good level for you. In terms of rating it from dewy to matte, I do feel like every sunscreen that I personally have tried, it does lean dewy, and yet through the day, it does kind of get a little bit more matte on my skin. Speed of application, you saw it's ridiculously fast. It is ridiculously fast compares to a chemical sunscreen and how fast it is to apply. Wear is excellent, but again, slightly drying through the day. I really think that is the one thing you need to note with this, is I don't think it is going to be for the driest of the dry. Packaging is a squeeze tube. I do think it might get a little difficult to get the last bit out of here. But otherwise, I do think it is a cute design, 1.7 fluid ounces, which makes it just over $21 an ounce. So still not a super inexpensive sunscreen, but better than other options on the market. Y'all, I was looking at some of the sunscreens while Dermstore was running their sale, and I am floored by the price of some on the market. You know, the, what do they call it? Medical grade brands. Oh, you can spend $100 on a sunscreen if you want to. I'm not sure why you would. Has this sat on my skin enough time? I want to make sure I got my, even layer of sunscreen down. I think it has. So let's go ahead and spray a little bit of a priming spray. I'm going to use my Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. Since I have dry skin, it'll kind of be a nice layer between my sunscreen and my skin tint. All right, so I'm going to apply this shake first. As a general rule, if a product is more natural, clean, just always shake it. Just always shake it. It's a good life rule. Because it may not have the same level of ingredients like emulsifiers that give a nice, easy-to-use texture as other products. Okay, so here is shade 1, which I was initially quite nervous about. It does describe itself as a peach color, which is not my skin tone, but I figured it would be fine because ultimately tints are very, very light coverage. All right, let me make sure I'm showing you all adequate product being applied here so you can see just how light coverage this one really is. I honestly really think it is shockingly gorgeous. It is really, really easy to use. I feel like the biggest con with this is just it might not be enough coverage for everybody. You know, there's nothing wrong with wanting higher coverage or even just medium coverage, but I think it can be tricky to find the right product if you're not quite sure what level of coverage you want. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to use the beauty sponge. Let me get my beauty blender out here. I kind of thought it was going to absorb a lot of product, but it's really not. Let's get this applied more evenly over here. I feel like what this does is just really evens out my skin tone. If I have any areas of redness, it will just kind of make them disappear. And it doesn't even look like I'm wearing any foundation because I'm really not. It's a skin tint. All right, done. We'll add in a clip of the before and after. I mean, it's just like the sunscreen in the sense that it is incredibly easy to apply, just super fast. And it is so flattering on my skin. Now, granted, I've worked very, very hard to minimize my acne on my skin, so I'm overall happy with my skin. But because I use adapalene now, I deal with a little bit more dryness, and I have to say, this skin tint, gorgeous on my dry skin. Gorgeous. So I added a little bit of lip gloss and brows just to complete the look, and I think I could do blush, but we'll skip it for today. I think it's light enough that it doesn't give that, solid color to your face, right? You know how if you use a full coverage foundation, my gosh, you have to go back in with bronzer, contour, blush. I feel like I can get away with skipping it, although I would love to add it because I love blush. Anyway, I want to make sure we cover the ingredients on this. So it too is a fragrance-free product, fairly non-irritating formula, has some skincare ingredients including niacinamide. It is a silicone-free formula, although I do see a silicone substitute, the isododecane, in here. We have some silica, certainly not to be confused as a silicone. And then we do have some titanium dioxide and iron oxides, which are what gives it the naturally occurring pigment. But that's our look. We're gonna do the wear test. You know we gotta do a wear test with foundations, we have to. It's a rule. I will see you all later. Reapplication and check-in time. I have been cleaning out lizard and amphibian cages, which had me sweating, then I got cold. It's been a whole thing. I do want to check in on the skin tint, which I feel like is looking just amazing. I love it. I love it. I also kind of feel like a liar about the sunscreen feeling drying. I wonder if that's because I sprayed this or because this feels kind of moisturizing, or if it's because I've been sweating, or all of the above. Anyway, let's reapply this sunscreen. I've been under UV lights all day. You know, I think about that sometimes with the reptile enclosures. Every time I go to reapply my sunscreen, I think about Adam Driver as Kylo Ren yelling, "Again, again." Adam Driver is a very motivating figure, no hetero. Who says you can't reapply sunscreen over makeup? You absolutely can. Look at that. Look at that. It's working out just fine. The real question is, should I reapply my skin tint over the sunscreen? I don't know. I don't know. It's like you can only do one thing here. Do you want to reapply your sunscreen or do one of those wear tests for 8 hours? You know what I mean? Okay. So it almost feels like I added in a seal over the skin tint, because what I was trying to describe earlier with how it kind of feels like it dries down, it's almost a similar feel to, I guess, like Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, something like that. And I really think it is helping with the longevity. I've never encountered this before. It's very interesting. But I'm also gonna tell you, this no longer feels light. At this point, 2 layers of this, we are starting to feel like I have stuff on my face. Anyway, point is, we're looking pretty darn good. Oh my goodness, the chameleon is feisty. He wants to go somewhere. He's almost done with his shed. This is Apollo. Carl is in the middle of his shed right now, so lots to clean up in their enclosures. All right, well, we'll just do a final check-in at the end of the day. There's nothing to, Apollo, there's nothing to grab. What was that all about? What was that all about? It is now 7:30 at night. I am so glad I told you that I wouldn't be doing another check-in because we got a phone call to come and assist with moving. So, I'm not sure I would have chosen today to do a wear test with a skin tint if I'd known that, but here we are. My face has been through a lot of sweating today. And might I please also tell you, I've already edited the first portion of this video, so I now came to this realization of why I own chameleons, and it's because I myself am a chameleon. The real tragedy is I keep doing things that have me sweating all the time. I'm gonna have to wash my hair again. I'm gonna lose my bright color. Oh, it's so hard to maintain in Florida. Anyway, let's do some final thoughts on these 2 products. So the Shade Drop sunscreen. This sunscreen, it is really, really well done. There's a few other sunscreens I'm considering testing in the near future that range from about $32 to $69, and to think that this is that good and yet $36, it's a really well done product. Again, I think it's going to work for almost everybody except for maybe the driest of the dry, and I'll show you why I say that. So again, I've been wearing this for a long time. Most of my day was indoors after we did our last check-in. So can you see? It's really not too bad, but maybe there's a little bit of kind of slight pilling in some spots on my skin, maybe. I've overdone my retinoids while still testing out this sunscreen, so I know that when my skin is super dry, that happens a little more than at other times, but it's not an everyday occurrence. If my skin is just regular dry, then it's fine. As for the sheer skin tint, I'm actually also blown away by how nice this is. The only catch with this one is, whereas I feel like this is kind of hard to find something as nice in this price range, this feels more expensive to me, and I do feel like there are nice skin tints, honestly, at the drugstore. I'm still a fan of Revlon Candid Glow, although I'm nervous they might be discontinuing it. But is this nice? Absolutely. If you do not feel any objection to the price point, I think you will be very pleased with this. Again, it is for those looking for not a lot of coverage. It's really for people who are happy with their skin, which I think makes sense given that Summer Fridays is more of a skincare brand than a makeup brand. I think they came out with the perfect product for that audience. But that is it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you've tried either one of these products or if you are interested in them. I did want to tell you about one thing before we close out this video. I now have word that Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty will be happening next week, starting August 28th. I'll have to find some time to film, but I think we can do it. Every Saturday on this channel, we will have a party for the upcoming week. You know how it goes. I don't know if I'll be able to film the 10x points haul this week, though, now that I know this. I don't know. But I'm excited. The sneaks look great. Anyway, we have a lot to look forward to, coming this week in the rabbit hole. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and hit subscribe. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all next time.